Venom or Spider-Man 3? Hello, I am Dr. Rorschach, back again in new environment, or a redone environment. It's been building up, the fastest made superhero movie ever made, and Venom is finally here. Review embargo lifted a few days ago, and it's not doing too well.
I got that Venom.
You serious?
I'm gonna go ahead and say here in this review that I'm not gonna really talk about how pointless this movie is, but more or less just about the movie itself, because the whole how Venom's pointless without Spider-Man horse has kind of just been beaten to death by this point. But looking at Venom as a whole in a standalone movie, it's just kind of a mess. We have Tom Hardy as the lead character playing Eddie Brock and voicing the symbiote Venom and leading this movie as a whole, and he's the most entertaining part about this movie. I've said it before and I'll say it again, Tom Hardy's one of the best actors in Hollywood, undoubtedly, and he is easily the best part about this movie, even though that's not really saying much in this movie. But it kind of does hurt to see him in a movie like this, considering what he's done in the past. He also would have been a perfect Wolverine. Riz Ahmed and Michelle Williams also joined the cast of this movie, not bringing anything special to this movie, just playing a generic corporate villain and the girlfriend that was lost that he's trying to gain back. Just very cliche characters on their ends. Then the symbiote shows up in the movie and is kind of a character on its own, but the Venom part of this movie, the actual symbiote, is the most entertaining part of it. That's not really saying much. But to see the banter between the symbiote and Eddie Brock's character is the best part about this movie, of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sort of situation happening. The movie is very humorous, sometimes unintentionally humorous though. I can't really give an example without spoiling some stuff. The movie's biggest issue is just how tonefully confused it is and not really being sure what exactly it wants to be. We have Tom Hardy doing a impression of Jim Carrey and Jeremy Renner at moments, mixing those two. It's very hard to watch at some points. Oh, that was so hard to say. And then we have this side character, another symbiote that's acting like a T-1000, just going around the world, making blades with its arms and just killing innocent people. And then we have the Venom symbiote, which is constantly in Eddie's head, making Freddy Krueger-esque puns just throughout the movie, and in Eddie's mind, it feels out of place at moments, even though it is the best part of the movie. There's also the random moments where it feels like a horror movie, or like they're trying to be a horror movie with random jump scares, and it doesn't fit because the tone is always changing in this movie. Like, who is this movie for? I don't know what the targeted demographic was with this movie, because they said originally they were aiming for an R rating, and now it's PG-13. I don't know who they're aiming for with this movie. I was never bored with Venom, though. Just throughout the movie, I'm constantly asking why. What is the point of this? On to some good things. Venom does have some good action scenes, especially when he takes on a SWAT team. There's only about 3 or 4 different action scenes in this movie, though, so you'll be thankful for when they come onto the screen. I did laugh in Venom, but I feel like the humor in this is going to make diehard Venom fans angry. It's kind of similar to the humor that Batman was having in Justice League. It feels out of place for the character, but in this situation, the movie's such a mess that it's welcome. So everything's just kind of steaming along for the movie, just kind of going forward, just changing tones, but it's keeping some form of a flow. And then the climax happens. This big blob fight of a climax happens between two symbiotes. It's very similar to a Transformers movie. You can't tell who is who. They're just kind of rolling around the screen. The climax is such a mess in this movie, and the whole reason that they're fighting is just so generic and just pointless, or it might as well just be, I don't like the way you look, so I'm going to fight you. Pointless just kind of sums up this movie, to be honest. No spoilers in this review, but the first post-credits scene is one of the worst post-credit scenes I've ever seen. Not for what it's trying to do, but just remember a cheap party wig, because I think everyone has one, and you're going to see one. Overall, Venom's not an awful movie. It's not as bad like Catwoman or Steel that some people are making it out to be. It's a one-watch movie, and then after that, you're not going to have any reason to come back and rewatch this movie. I'm sorry, Tom Hardy. It truly hurts to say. Venom is a 5 out of 10. If you're looking to see a good story and action movie, go see Upgrade. Upgrade's now out for you to rent. It's one of my favorite movies this year. It's very similar. It has a guy that looks like Tom Hardy, ironically, and same premise with a second voice in his head controlling his body. Very good movie. One of the best movies this year. That's all I have for today. As usual, I am Dr. Rorschach. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.